put forward this magnificent and wonderful world's biggest gathering of visionaries. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, as I was mentioning before, that this first Bharat Summit in Hyderabad that we are witnessing here today, organized by the Telangana government, yes, under the leadership of Shri Rahul Gandhi ji, Shri Mallikarjun Kharge ji, Honorable Chief Minister Shri A. Revanth Reddy Garu, and Deputy Chief Minister Shri Mallubhatti Vikramarka Garu. Yes, we have our leaders here. The theme of the Bharat Summit 2025 is Delivering Global Justice. We had Ms. Ann Linde and Mr. Salman Khurshid introduce the Hyderabad Declaration, and we've also, yes, heard Mr. Josh O.C., President Cameroon, speak to us. And now I would like to invite Ms. Marina Hay, Vice President in National Union of Socialist Youth, to please step forward and address the gathering. Yes, I request Ms. Marina Hay, Vice President in National Union of Socialist Youth.
Thank you so much. It is a huge honour to be here today. My name is Marina and I am a proud member of the New Zealand Labour Party. But I'm here today, thank you. But I'm here today to represent the International Union of Socialist Youth, which was founded in 1907 to confront growing nationalisation and nationalism and militarisation, much like we face today. But we are now an organisation of 136 member organisations from 100 plus countries around the world. I've been very pleased today to see so many young people involved in this conference, and it's been an honour to have so many UC delegates represented across the panels. I believe it's very important to have youth at our tables, especially as we confront issues like climate change, polarisation, especially within our young generations, and a rapidly changing media environment. I also think it's especially important to have young women at the table when we face growing misogyny, restricted reproduction rights, and gender-based political violence growing across the world. My request today is simple and I will keep it very short. We are a people-powered movement, and the more connected we are, the more we can achieve. We have many UC delegates here today, and I ask that you please approach us to connect us with your young politicians, your young activists, and your young academics. We're here to grow and strengthen our movement and the fight against the right. And I'm very much looking forward to hearing the rest of the inputs today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Marina Hay there. Thank you so much for the remarks. I now request Ms. Jessica Ortega, Citizens Movement, Mexico, to please step forward and address the gathering. Ms. Jessica Ortega, ladies and gentlemen.
Muchas gracias. Primero quiero agradecer al gobierno de Telangana por esta hospitalidad, a todas y a todos los delegados que nos encontramos hoy aquí en esta importante reunión. A nombre de América Latina y en especial de México, mi país, quiero decirles que estamos muy agradecidos y contentas y contentos por todas las atenciones que han tenido con nosotros. Queridas y queridos camaradas, vivimos tiempos de retos. Los partidos progresistas tenemos la responsabilidad histórica de unificarnos, de articular una agenda común, de mostrarnos como la mejor alternativa política para el mundo. Por eso reconozco este encuentro y deseo que todo lo compartido aquí tenga un gran beneficio. Gracias por todo. Mi reconocimiento a Macris Cabrera, al frente de la Alianza Progresista, por todos los esfuerzos que hoy se han generado. Muchas gracias y tengan buen regreso todas y todos.
Thank you so much, Ms. Jessica Ortega. I now, ladies and gentlemen, would like to invite our Deputy Chief Minister, Shri Mallubhatti Vikramarka Garu, to please step forward and address the gathering.
Respected our beloved leader, Shri Rahul Gandhi ji, Leader of Opposition Lok Sabha, Honorable Chief Minister Shri Revanth Reddy Garu, my cabinet colleagues, senior leaders from AICC and NDA Alliance, leaders of Progressive Alliance and Progressive International, and all the delegates. I am privileged to welcome all of you to the ongoing Bharat Summit on behalf of Government of Telangana. It is a matter of great pride for us to have been given this opportunity to host this amazing global event here in Hyderabad. Our government, right from the first day, has put into action multiple programs which are people-centric and address the most pressing felt needs of the people. The presence of all of you here has given us the right platform not only to showcase what we have done, but also learn and imbibe the most practices of non-violence, freedom, peace, and global justice on the lines of Nyay, which is our leader, Shri Rahul Ji's vision. We do hope that this engagement will continue beyond this summit also, and we will continue to enrich our ideals, policies, and programs in days to come. Warm welcome once again. We want to make this Bharat Summit an annual feature. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the remarks, and thank you for the inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, Telangana government is organizing this first Bharat Summit in Hyderabad, and ever since the new Congress government assumed office in December 2023, our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Revanth Reddy Garu, has started delivering people-centric development programs and schemes right from day one, uplifting the social status and standard of living of all citizens of Telangana state through various welfare schemes ushered under the Praja Palana program, marking the initiation of extensive initiative aimed at understanding and addressing the needs of the people at grassroots level. All the programs and initiatives are being led by our Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana, Shri Revanth Reddy Garu, along with cabinet colleagues under the guidance and mentorship of Shri Rahul Gandhi ji, Shri Mallikarjun Kharge ji, and all senior leadership of Congress Party. I now request our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Revanth Reddy Garu, to please address the gathering.
Good afternoon, friends. It is an honor to speak at the Bharat Summit. Leaders, intellectuals, change makers, and activists from different countries, I welcome you to the state of Telangana and its vibrant capital, Hyderabad. Telangana has a rich history, tradition, culture, and heritage. We were part of a state called Andhra Pradesh and fought for many decades for a separate state. The leadership for agitation came from students, trade union workers, farmers, and women. It's because of their fight we got separate state. However, for 10 years, dreams and aspirations of people were not fulfilled. They were deeply disappointed. When Congress government got elected, expectations were high. Our government has a simple mantra: fulfill dreams of every section of society, especially students and youth, farmers, women, and oppressed castes. We have launched some of the biggest welfare schemes in the history of India. On August 15, 2024, we paid rupees 20,617 crore to 25,50,000 farmers totally debt-free. On India's Independence Day, farmers of Telangana found free from debt. This is biggest loan waiver in India for any state. Farmers in my state get 24/7 free power. We gave a crop input subsidy named by Rait Bharosa of rupees 12,000 per year per acre of land. An annual support of rupees 12,000 per family is given to landless labor with Narega cards. Together, we give over rupees 20,000 crore annually to agriculture sector, farmers with land and landless labor combined. We are able to do justice to agriculture and farmers and the farming ecosystem. Farmers are seen agitating for minimum support price. In my state, in many states, in Telangana, we give minimum support price and additional paddy crop bonus of rupees 500 per quintal. Telangana farmers are making profits after we introduced bonus scheme. Farmers also benefit from both farmers insurance and crop insurance. And also students were at the forefront of Telangana education, but nothing was done for them. Their education or employment opportunities. Many youths pass out from college with a certificate, but no skills. For such youth, we started the Young India Skills University. There were no government job recruitment or notifications. When we took charge in the first year, we could fill over 60,000 jobs in government. We now launched Raju Yuva Vikasam to fund startup dreams, covering 5 lakh youth. The Congress party has a history of understanding what people need to different times and make policies to address those needs. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, first Prime Minister of India, focused on irrigation and education. Srimati Indira Gandhi focused on removing poverty through programs for roti, kapda or makan. The next 3 Congress Prime Ministers, Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, P.V. Narasimha Rao and Manmohan Singh focused on modernization, development and global technology revolutions like telecom and software. It is they who made it possible today for India to be 5th largest economy in the world. Our top priority is education, health and employment opportunities. We attended investment summits in Davos, USA, South Korea, Japan, and Singapore. We got over 2.5 lakh crores investment to create jobs for youth in private sector. Telangana is a state where women are treated with equality and respect as part of our culture. Our women have led the struggle for separate state as strongly as our men. For my government, women, farmers and youth are most important stakeholders. We have amazing women entrepreneurs in my state. They are organized into self-help groups. It has 67 lakh members. We want to make 10 million women business successes. We want to see them grow into millionaires. We have made these women owners of solar power plants, electric RTC buses, petrol bunks, and gave them shops in premium retail outlets. Today, they are earning more money than ever before. Today, our power distribution companies have signed deals with women solar power companies to buy 1,000 megawatt solar power. Women own 600 buses, competing with corporate transport firms. Our women entrepreneurs are competing with Adani, Ambani, and big corporates in running these solar plants, EV buses, and have shops in the highest street retail at Shilparamam. In fact, we have scheduled a visit to this amazing facility where they are making products and displaying and selling them to world market. You will see their faces, happy and proud, because they own businesses next to top global companies like Microsoft, Google, HCL, Infosys, etc. House is a matter of pride, dignity and identity for every family. We want to make every woman in my state a house owner. As part of India Indirama Illu scheme, in first year we have given 22,000 crore to 450,000 families to build their own houses. Today, women have free public transport in RTC buses across the state. So far in 15 months, we have spent 5,000 crore on the free bus scheme for women. Women look after entire family, so we ensure best free rice through rations. Free domestic electricity and rupees 500 per gas cylinder. For our government, education and healthcare are top priorities. The Rajiv Arogyasri is one of the best universal healthcare support schemes, where treatment of up to 10 lakh is paid by government. We give financial assistance to citizens for healthcare through CM Relief Fund. In 1 year, we have given 1,000 crores so far. Water is our lifeline of civilization. We are regenerating River Musi, 55 kilometers long, cleaning a polluted river and bringing it back to life. We are doing it for the future to protect nature, regenerate water, ensure drinking water for the city, and protect people from pollution. We have studied river and waterfront development in many cities, including River Hudson in New York, Thames in London, Sumida in Tokyo. Musi will become biggest attraction of our city in the future and create thousands of jobs. Infrastructure is crucial to fight poverty and create wealth for all. We are undertaking many infra projects to make Hyderabad a top global city. We are building future city, a 30,000-acre world-class city, a regional ring road of 370 kilometers long, and expanding our metro railway. You must have visited Charminar, Golconda Fort, Makkah Masjid, Hussain Sagar Lake, and Buddha statue. In times ahead, we will add many modern marvels. We are combining and balancing between needs for investments, jobs creation, economic growth and welfare and environment for good governance. Our approach is simple: increase government revenue to share with the poor people. We are transparent and proactive in reforms. For example, we are setting up a gig and app workers' welfare policy. We have shared draft policy in public for feedback and suggestions. Every week, officials, MLAs, MLCs, ministers, and Chief Minister listen to people's grievances to address them. We have a portal to monitor entire program transparently. I am proud to share Telangana is the first state in India to conduct a caste survey. For nearly 100 years, no one conducted it. Empowerment of BCs is part of Telangana model. It is a reason why Telangana is rising. It is the reason why Telangana is a role model for OBC empowerment. We are first state in India to subclassify quota for Dalits to fulfill their age-old demand. Now, 15% SC quota is subdivided among subcastes. We are proud to say Telangana is rising because of Dalits are rising. I am delighted to share that Telangana is the first government to recruit third gender in our government as part of traffic police force. We will take them into other departments too. Implementing welfare, ensuring infrastructure and investment to create jobs and wealth, transparent governance and removing corruption is the hallmark for our government. We are already seeing results. Fastest growing economy with social justice, highest per capita income, fastest jobs creation, lowest inflation, best policing, highest own tax collections, rapidly emerging as a hub in many sectors like global competency centers or otherwise GCCs, EVs and data centers. Our work has started. We have to do a lot more. I invite all of you to please join this mission to change lives of people positively. You must use your experience, knowledge, skills to share the Telangana rising story and give us inputs to do better work. Tell the world what you have seen and witnessed. Tell the world about our vision, our work, our achievements, the transformation and people's views. Become the brand ambassadors of Telangana Rising. I wish you all wonderful time at Bharat Summit. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, our Honorable Chief Minister. Thank you for the motivating and inspiring words. And as a Telangana citizen, I am proud that my state is hosting the world's biggest gathering of visionaries, of progressives. And yes, I'm sure that with our Honorable Chief Minister's development vision of Telangana, Telangana Rising, we will definitely be attracting a lot of investors and entrepreneurs from across the world. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, the theme of Bharat Summit 2025 is delivering, amplifies our leader of the opposition, our beloved leader, Shri Rahul Gandhi ji's vision of Nyay. So I now request Shri Rahul Gandhi ji to please address the August gathering.
I'd like to welcome all the delegates from different countries who have come here for the summit. I'd also like to begin by thanking you for standing in solidarity with us against what happened in Kashmir a few days ago. I apologize. I was supposed to be here yesterday, but I was forced to cancel my visit here yesterday because I had to go to Kashmir and meet some of the injured people. I'd also like to thank Revant Reddy ji and the Telangana government for hosting this wonderful summit. As we all know, politics, democratic politics, has fundamentally changed across the globe. The rules that applied, I would say, a decade ago, simply don't apply anymore. Sometimes, when I speak to younger members of our party, I tell them that what was effective 10 years ago, the tools that worked 10 years ago, simply do not work anymore. They cannot face the concentration of capital, modern media, modern social media. And so, in a sense, the old politician is dead, and a new politician, a new type of politician has to be constructed. And that really is the challenge in front of all of us. What does this new politics look like? What are the ideas that emerge from this new politics? I'm sure you've had a deep discussion about policies, about how we should think about education, how we should think about regaining the democratic space, how we should think about healthcare. And each one of us has a particular view on that. So I'm not going to delve too much into the policy positions. I'm going to talk about what I think is the correct lens with which to approach our politics. Some years ago, we in the Congress party felt completely trapped and isolated. This new politics, aggressive politics, a politics where the opposition is not talked to, but the idea is to crush the opposition. And we found that all our avenues were compromised. The media, the general atmosphere did not allow us to operate the way we would like. And so, we reached back into our history and we decided to walk from Kanyakumari, which is one of the southernmost parts of our country, all the way to Kashmir, where I was yesterday. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about what I and some of my colleagues discovered on that journey. It's not a small walk, 4,000 kilometers. And I don't think we understood quite what we had taken on when we began it. But once we began, there was no way backwards. So we just carried on walking right to the end. And I essentially learned two things from that walk. Our opposition across the world has a monopoly on anger, fear, and hatred. And there's no way that we are ever going to be able to compete with them on anger, fear, and hatred. They are going to outdo us, outmaneuver us, and beat us every single time when it comes to fear, anger, and hatred. So the question is, where and how do we operate? Where are the spaces where we have the advantage? Where are the spaces from which we can build a counter-narrative? So the walk started in Kanyakumari, and slowly as it progressed, more and more people started to join this walk. And within 10-15 days, walk would start at 6 in the morning, and we would have thousands and thousands and thousands of people walking with us, pushing us, people trying to come in. And it was something to see. My job was walking and listening to people. And the one rule we had was that anybody, regardless of who he is, who she is, should be able to come to the center of where we were walking and have a conversation with me or the other leaders there. And so we followed this rule rigorously. As we walked, we talked and walked and talked and walked. I suddenly found that it became harder and harder to speak. Us politicians, we are trained to do this. We are trained to come on stage and talk. We are trained to tell people what we think. We are trained to think about the future. But while I was walking, the number of people who were coming to me made that impossible. And so I started to listen. And I realized, halfway through that walk, I realized that actually I had never ever listened before. And in fact, I didn't know how to listen. I knew how to speak, I knew how to think, but I didn't actually know how to listen to people. What do I mean by that? Whenever somebody was speaking to me, I would have a conversation going on in my mind. I would be listening, and at the same time, I would be talking. Relatively quickly into the yatra, the talking completely stopped. And all I was doing was listening to the people who were coming next to me. And I discovered that there is a completely different way of communicating with people, a much more powerful way of communicating. And that way involves me or us becoming completely silent and listening deeply to exactly what it is they're trying to say. I'll give you an example. The one that really struck me. We were walking. It was early morning, it was still dark. And this woman came running towards me, and she held my hand. And the moment she held my hand, I felt fear in her hand. I didn't say anything. And I asked her, "What's happened?" And then she started. And she said to me, I've come here to walk, but I have to go back. I have to go back quickly. I said, "Why?" She said, "Because my husband is beating me. My husband is thrashing me, and I have come here to this yatra." And then I said to her, I said, "What do you want me to do?" And she looked at me, she says, I don't want you to do anything. I just want you to know that this is happening to me. And the moment she said that, her hand completely relaxed. And I realized that it was as important for her to be heard, for me to understand and us to understand exactly what it was that she was going through. That was as important as any action we could take. And in 1 second, she transmitted to me what millions and millions of women go through in their homes. So our opposition really does not know how to listen, because they already have all the answers. They know exactly what is supposed to be done. And this is completely flawed, because it is the people who know what has to be done. And if there is one thing that we have failed at with all the social media and all the modern communication methods, it is that we have, as politicians, failed to deeply listen to what our people are trying to tell us. And this is the space where we can really operate, because our opponents have completely vacated this space. They're not there. They don't exist there. The second thing I learned, even more powerful than listening properly, on the yatra, it suddenly struck me, something struck me, that when it comes to people I'm close to, my mother, my sister, my friends, I'm very comfortable using the word love. And it struck me that I'd been in politics since 2004. And I never ever used or expressed love to anybody. So I was saying to people that I want to help you. I was working hard to help people, but I was not expressing the reason I was working. And so on the yatra, I started to do so. Little girl came up to me running, and she said, "Uncle, I love you." And I was like, that's interesting. Why have I never said this before? Why have I never used this narrative that is the central narrative and the reason for what I do? And so I started. I would listen, and then I would use the frame of love and affection, and I would tell people that, you know, I love you very much. And something quite amazing started to happen. Till the yatra, I never used the frame of love, and nobody else used the frame of love. So I didn't have people coming up to me and saying, "I love you." And since I started using the frame of love, since I started saying to people these sort of uncomfortable words, that listen, I love you, and that's why I do what I do, that's why I work, suddenly they started to respond. And today, in public meetings, on the street, people will stop me and say, "We love you, I love you." And the powerful thing about that is it starts the conversation at a place from where it's very, very easy to operate. Often we think that we are going to connect to people indirectly through policy, through the future. We'll help you with your children's education. We'll help you with finance. And there's a place for that. But there is also a way to connect directly to the persons present. Directly saying to them that the reason I'm standing here and the reason I'm doing what I do is because I have affection, love and affection for you. And it has completely changed my politics. It has made my life so much easier. It has made my ability to connect with people so much easier, I cannot tell you. On the yatra, we got a slogan. The slogan in Hindi is Nafrat ke bazaar mein mohabbat ki dukaan, which people who understand Hindi will translate. But what it basically means is that in a marketplace of hatred, you are opening a shop of love. Now, this slogan became very, very powerful in India. The idea that no matter how much hatred someone spreads, the biggest and most powerful way to disrupt them is not to copy them, not to argue with them, not to fight with them, but right in front of their hatred, to place the idea of love and affection. So that, I think, is a framework, a potential framework for our politics. We can disagree on policies. In fact, I'm sure that every single one of us will disagree on some policy matter or the other. But the lens we use, we can all agree on. Their lens is hatred. Their lens is fear. Their lens is anger. Fear leads to anger. Ossified anger is hatred. And our lens should be that which cuts their lens. Our lens should be love. Our lens should be affection. And our lens should be listening to the wishes and the will of the people we are supposed to represent. I'd like to thank all of you for coming here. It's an honor for me to listen to what you're saying, to work with you, and I'm confident that this summit will generate the ideas that we need to build a new politics in India and the rest of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Shri Rahul Gandhi ji, ladies and gentlemen, always motivating and inspiring us. And through this Bharat Summit, our leaders, Srimati Sonia Gandhi ji, Shri Rahul Gandhi ji, and Shri Mallikarjun Kharge ji, we hope to start, and we have, I should say, already started, a global progressive movement where we want to show that Swaraj, Ahimsa, Satya, and Aparigraha are the only way to create a just and liberal world order. Ladies and gentlemen, we now will be watching a solidarity video message from Mr. Wayne Swan from Australia. So can we have the AV, please?
My name is Wayne Swan. I'm the President of the Australian Labor Party, and I wish you all a very, very successful conference. As Social Democrats, we all believe in the power of public policy to change people's lives forever. Our central purpose is to address economic injustice, wherever it is and for however long it takes. We know that without greater economic equality, it gets harder and harder to address racial and gender equality. In an era of hyper-individualism and the power of oligarchs, it gets harder and harder for us to secure economic equality. Our commitment must be to solidarity. We need to recognise that each of us have a stake in each other's success. To win the battle of ideas, we need a dedicated party organisation. Party activism has never been more important, particularly with the rise of fascism and the power of oligarchs in countries like the United States. Around the world, democracy is in decline. The far right is on the march. It's within our power to resist these trends and to build a new social democracy that will deliver greater equality and justice for working people. In the United States, we see a government of billionaires, for billionaires, and by billionaires. Democracy in that country is under threat. And around the world, we see the survival of the fittest mentality emerge from the far right. My message today is that we can defeat the oligarchs, we can defeat the far right, if we have the right set of policies and the right amount of activism. There is no substitute for a dedicated party organisation and a policy platform that appeals to working people. And no policy objective is more important than making sure that everyone has the capacity to work and has the security of a social safety net, particularly in health and education. So our challenge is to connect, to motivate our members so that we can build a fairer society and a more prosperous economy.
So much, Mr. Wayne Swan there. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a solidarity video message from Mr. Lars Klingbeil from Germany. So can we have the AV, please?
Dear comrades and friends, dear Rahul Gandhi, on behalf of the Social Democratic Party of Germany, I would like to convey to you the warmest greetings. I would like to thank Rahul Gandhi and the Indian National Congress for hosting this international conference. Unfortunately, I cannot take part today. As many of you know, we are in the midst of forming a government in Germany. Dear friends, the issues we're facing in Germany and in Europe are closely connected to the topics you are discussing on your conference. Our international rule-based order has come under great pressure. Almost on a daily basis, we are witnessing attempts to disrupt, to undermine, and to circumvent the rules, values, and institutions that define and structure the very ties that bind us together in this world. Unfortunately, we are witnessing the increased questioning of these achievements. Threats, blackmail, and strong armed tactics are replacing negotiations and the belief in corporations and the search for common interest. Attempts are being made to replace the rule of law with the rule of might. These developments must be stopped. We need to return to the universal acceptance of the rule of law. We need to strengthen and improve the institutions of our international rule-based order. Dear Rahul and dear friends from the Indian National Congress, I would like to thank you for organizing and hosting this international conference. In the face of recent developments, an international conference that aims to discuss how to deliver global justice is more than timely. I take it as a sign for hope that members from Progressive Alliance, Progressive International, and a delegation from the Socialist International are convening together on this weekend in India. This conference and the work you are doing is vital to find the answers to the pressing questions of our time. In order to battle the rise of right populists, we need progressive, democratic, and social responses. Dear comrades, this conference is an important step to the right direction. I look forward to further strengthen our cooperation. Let us contribute to a world that is safer, more just, and enables us all to live in dignity, prosperity, and peace. I wish you a successful conference.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lars Klingbeil there. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have our distinguished international leaders here present, and I will be introducing them onto the stage to speak to all of you. So I now request Mr. Giacomo Filibeck to please step forward and address the August gathering.
देखिए, प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी